Today I've got, sorry for clicking at you there, I've got 10 things for you to play with, 10 exercises that is going to help you fall back in love with creating content and marketing your business and being visible. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I just think that I've said everything I ever possibly can say. Sometimes, like the last fortnight, we've been on Easter holidays. I've been poorly. The kids have been a bit off colour at times as well. The last thing I fancy doing is putting my face on the internet. So I'm so grateful that I found my love of batching many years ago because I had content that I could share. And thirdly, sometimes I just get a bit stuck. I'm like, why? I don't know what else to say. And sometimes as well, it's like, I just want people to buy. I just want people to come and buy my stuff. And when you get into that mindset, it's just not helpful. So today I want to use an example of a product that many of us will have purchased. And if you haven't, you understand what the product is. And use it as our guinea pig in terms of creating content. So 3 years ago, we moved into this house. It was a long process. And by the time we got here, we were just so excited that it finally happened and it felt so good. And we knew that we didn't want to do any structural work, nothing urgently needed doing, but we didn't want to paint the walls. And it was a bit dated and some of the rooms weren't really sort of in keeping with what we wanted that room to be. And also it just felt really good to have that opportunity to freshen things up. So if you haven't guessed already, the tool that I'm going to use today is paint. I have never sold paint. I am not a paint expert, but I have bought a lot of paint. And when we moved into this house, I had never bought so much paint. And it, on the whole, was a really great experience. So here are some things. Number one, don't focus on what you can't do. When we look at paint on the internet, in the newsletters, it is not saying you can't open it. You can't actually really look at like a massive pot of it. You can have a tester, that's fine, but you're not really going to see what the whole colour is like until you shove it on the walls. They are not focusing on that at all. They are focusing on get the tester, the enjoyable thing of the pictures, and like get the big pieces of paper, and you can get all of these tester samples, and we're doing a deal that if you buy 5, we'll give you the 6 free. I want you to look at the parts of your business that are not your greatest selling point. Really understand them. And then instead of being worried about like, yeah, but what if somebody asks me? What if somebody asks me to open it and then they're not going to buy it unless I do that? It will give you some ideas of how you can flip it on its head and how you can support those clients through that process. Number 2, some of the paint that we bought felt really expensive. And it is Farrow & Ball, Little Green, and we bought some other sort of more high street ones as well. At no point did any of these companies say how expensive they were. They didn't use the word expensive. They used value. They used quality. They used premium. All of these beautiful words that really hold up the quality of the experience. And I think that many people, when they talk about their high-end prices or their VIP options, I want you to assume that people are ready to buy them. And I think that sometimes because of money blocks, money mindset, stories we tell ourselves, we feel like we have to discount or underplay them the whole time because we don't want to leave anybody out. But there will be somebody who actually only wants your thing. I looked for a cheaper green than this. Believe me, I did. But I didn't find one. And this is one of the best decisions we made for this house because it's gorgeous. We absolutely love it. It's really springy, and I've got lots of blinds closed today, but it's really springy in the sunshine in the daytime. And at nighttime, it's really cocooning and cozy. And I just love it. It goes with so many different things, and it's such a great decision. And because I know it was a great decision, I don't have any like, oh gosh, that was really expensive. because I got what I paid for. It feels really good in that way. Number 3, I want you, even if you are an online business, to have a sense of being personal, having maybe a in-person experience. So I do this in terms of selling online, so I don't have a physical space, but I always have a way that you can contact me if you want to speak further. So you can book a strategy call, you can book a discovery call, and we can go from there. So you don't have to make a decision based on my website and just go, okay, so I'm just going to pay for 100 days, which is like £4,000, having not spoken to her. And I think that I felt like that in terms of the painting. I love the fact that I could go into Islington, which is not far from here, and I could actually go into the shop and be in that conversation of like, I have no idea about this lovely green quality thing that I want to stick in here, but do you think this green will go with this white? And I could have that conversation. So make sure that there are those 2 different parts of your business. Great, you've got an online place, but make sure it's talking in a personal way as well. Also, if you've ever got a complaint about a business, there's nothing worse when you can't get in contact with somebody, or they go, thanks so much for your email, we'll get back to you in 15 working days. And you think, I don't want you to do that. I want to know now. I want to answer my question now. I'm not saying, it sounds very dramatic when I say it. Which leads me on to number 4. I want the opportunity to ask an expert. I know some parts about buying paint, like I know what colours I like, but I don't know about finishes, I don't know about prep, and fortunately my stepdad is really great at, he's done a lot of painting, and he could really advise about the kinds of brushes or rollers or what we needed, and he sort of gave us an equipment list to buy, which was really helpful. But that ability to ask an expert, and this is what I always say in terms of my coaching, is if you know you want something but you don't know what you want, book a discovery call with me. We can chat it through, because I don't want you to buy something that you don't need. It's pointless to me. And so have that opportunity to ask the expert. Make sure you're not sort of hiding in your business tower over here. Make sure that you're available and connecting with your ideal clients. Number 5, these paints are a visual thing. And so what I really learned, and what they show on a lot of these websites, is how, and they use their own customers, how this paint looks in different situations. So how it helps this. And this, for example, like somebody had it in their kitchen, somebody had it up their hallway, different ones where they'd combined it with different colors. Like somebody had it with an orange wall as well, which was quite a contrast, but it was really interesting to see how the 2 things would fit together. So showing what you do in different situations is really great in terms of your storytelling, and it allows people to go from just seeing it as a flat image to being able to visualize it in lots of different ways. And so I want you to do this in terms of the success that you've had with your clients and your customers so far, and then say, this is the kind of person that I help this with. And you can just use it in your storytelling. I'm sure you've got loads of ideas, but just think about the different situations. Also, go on paint websites and see how people talk about it and share their different images of the same paint in different rooms. Next, in situation. So I love one of these, I've got one over there, one of those big kind of pull out things where you get like a postage stamp of the colour. That's great because you can see the contrast of like, oh, that green is slightly different to that green. And yes, we do want more of a sort of coppery green rather than a turquoise green. However, I like to be able to see something in situations. And this is, again, part of your storytelling. When I work with people one-on-one, I'm not the sort of person who just takes one solution that they're looking for and just looks at that. For example, if somebody comes to me and they say that they want to make more money, I will help them with their packages and offerings and services. But I will also be checking along the way alongside the logistics of, does this work? Is this going to work with your life? Is this something that you want to do? I will always have like my little spidey senses of, does this feel good to sell? Does this feel in alignment with your business goals? Does this feel in alignment with your life goals? Is it all talking to each other? Is it all working? Because you can have numbers on a spreadsheet that feel good, that look good, but unless you're feeling it, you're probably not going to sell it. And so I want you to think about your product and your service and really consider those objections, for example. So some people might be like, I really want to buy your course, but I'm short on time at the moment. So what you would do in terms of bringing that in the situation is say, it's lifetime access. The videos are 12 minutes long. So you could watch one whilst you're having a cup of tea in the morning. It's really digestible. It's really actionable. It's possible. You don't have to be on a sales call, not a sales call, like a accountability call 3 nights a week. You don't have to do that. So you really bring it all to life and help people to understand how that product could fit with them. The before and after. I love it. I love to see it. And sometimes when those reels go on for so long, I'm like, I know the walls are moldy. I know it doesn't look great. I know you had to take the thing and you filled 9 skips, but show me the after. I am ready. I want you to then go back into that storytelling. What was the before and after of all of those stories that people have shared with you from your products or your services? Where were they when they began? Where were they in the messy middle? We all have them. And how did they come out the other side? Share them. Don't assume that people know, and really bring that personal touch, especially if you're asking for client testimonials as well. Don't just invite people to say, yeah, I had a really lovely afternoon with Nicky. Great. My mum has a lovely afternoon with me when we watch telly together and have a cup of tea. That's not what this is. When somebody books a strategy session, I'm looking for that result, that solution, so I can share that point of view. Maximizing the experience. I think that subconsciously, so many of us are programmed to underplay ourselves, to just say, well, it's just this thing. I'm just doing this small thing. I haven't been doing it long, or whatever it might be, because I don't know. There's something in our subconscious. We don't want to be seen as a show off or too much or any of that. But I tell you what, you're the only person who can really back and support your product and your service. And if you're not giving it that energy, it's really difficult for other people to give that to you. So I want you to maximize that experience. I want you to feel excited. And if you have anything in your pricing menu or anything that you have for sale right now, and you're having that like, oh yeah, I've been doing that for a while, but I don't really enjoy doing it. Get rid of it. Take it off. I know the temptation can be like, well, I'll just keep it just in case anybody wants to buy it. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth the capacity that it is taking up. So really think about where you can put your energy. Also with something like Farrow & Ball, for example, they do paint and they do wallpaper, and I think that's it. They're just going all in on that. I don't need a carpet from them. I don't need wall hangings. I don't need different flavors of sandwiches, because they don't do that. They're just doing their own thing. And I think that sometimes it's easier in terms of really claiming that for yourself, in terms of everything, the logistics, the admin, how you're doing things, and also for the customer experience. 2 more things. Ask what other clients love. Why did they choose you? What was their situation? What were they struggling with? Where were they unsure, but now they are clear? Sounds like some sort of hymn. Really get into the nitty gritty. Share your clients' experiences and really use it as an opportunity to show how you differentiate from everybody else. Finally, how do you get started? And how do you get excited? So this could be, it could be a special offer. It could be get this and get a discount, or get this now and you'll have a free gift, get this now because this is going to happen and this is really timely at the moment, come on, let's join the party, get in there. And I think this is the thing, that when we purchase something, or when we're asking people to purchase, it can sometimes feel a bit icky, like you're taking people's money. Does that feel okay? But I know that when I've made investments in my business, or I remember years ago, we bought a sofa, and it was such a huge investment for us at the time. We felt like we were going round and round the houses, and we were like, can we spend this money? I just had a baby, and I was like, should we do this? I tell you what, once we'd ordered it, we were on countdown for this sofa. We were so excited. And actually the sofa ended up coming much quicker than we thought. And then I remember Matt being at work going, oh my gosh, the sofa, it's going to come on Thursday. And you want that experience for your clients and your customers. You don't want them to be in that fear thing of like, oh, we've made the right decision. It's your job as a business owner to go, it's going to be great. I cannot wait to do this. We're going to have the best time. But you can only do that if you do the thing that I mentioned a couple of points ago, where you feel really good about it as well. If you're like, oh, another client, another person, if you've got that energy, they're going to feel that as well. I want you to love your products and your services so much, and helping other people. If you want help and support, a few ways I can help you. Go to Create Your Income Pie, because I can help you to build that pricing menu that feels really good so you can sell it. Or if you want to join your digital disco, which is all about your positioning and your content and your online presence, you can go to your digital disco. I also do one-to-one sessions. So if you've got a specific thing that you want to focus on, let's have a chat. Send me an email. You can go to any page of my website. In the bottom right-hand corner, there is a button. It goes directly to me, strictly confidential, only read by me. And we can have a chat, set up a conversation, and I can't wait to hear what you want to do. Lots of love, and speak to you soon. Bye.